Hey everybody, how you doing? Mr. Bookman here, and I will be reading Maxine by Bob Graham. Please enjoy. Maxine. Babies were born all the time in Max's neighborhood, but never had Max been told he was going to have a new baby brother or sister until now. His mom, superhero Madame Thunderbolt, hugged him in her steel-like grip while Max held his breath. "It's right in here," she said. "Let's go to the hospital and take a picture." Max's dad's voice shook as he asked, Is it a boy or a girl? It's too early to say," says Captain Lightning, replied the nurse. "But the mask is fully formed." "Marvelous," explained Madame Thunderbolt. The baby arrived at the stroke of midnight, along with two little strands of red hair. She blinked. "Let's call her Maxine," said her mom. "Yes, Maxine," said her brother Max. "Then Maxine, she shall be," said a proud Captain Lightning. The nurses and the doctors stopped work and they clapped. At home, her grandmother hugged her. Her granddad kissed her. Such teeny little fingers. Such a perfect little mask, they said. Then hugged her some more, and they were presents, and hand knitted super cape for Grandma, and boots of the softest leather for Granddad. Max gave her his copy of Veterinarian Treatment of Animals. "She'll be reading in no time at all," said Captain Lightning. Before the superhero parents returned to work, catching thieves, crooks, and bullies, they took Maxine to the show off at the office. Max went too. There was no crime that day, just a missing soft toy somewhere out there in the east side. "We'll deal with that tomorrow," said the chief of police. In no time at all, Maxine was walking. Maxine's first words arrived together just to keep each other company. "Karkish," she said. She read the whole of Max's presents. She looked at the pictures and counted the pages too. Then, as expected, she flew and she grew. Her clothes shrunk away from her like the tide going out. Maxine started school 4 years early. Children, this is Maxine Lightning Thunderbolt. She may be small, but she has a lot packed into this little head of hers, said Miss Honeyset. "Maxine, we have another super boy, Garth Ghetto.
We're gonna
Can
commissary
be your buddy and show you around. At lunchtime, Maxine showed cool t-shirts and jeans ripped just right. Her super cape hung listless as a sail. Blushing, she tried to hide it. Garth was no help. He just walked up walls. At home, Maxine said, "Mommy, I just can't wear those droopy things to school." Then her voice dropped to a whisper, even though Grandma made them. "Please, can I have a t-shirt and some jeans?" Maxine asked. "Maxine, superheroes don't wear jeans," her mom said. "Kids today," said Granddad. Maxine, "No lightnings have ever worn jeans. No thunderbolts either," said her mom. Maxine replied, "Things will always be changing, Mommy." Maxine Thunderbolt looked softly at her daughter. The next day they went shopping at Jean's Junction. "These are big with room to grow," said the assistant. "Or these cut nicely in the waist, maybe a little long in the legs." The third pair gripped like her at fist. "Tight, cool," Max said. They had a special leather patch with the name branded with hot poker. "Shall I put the old clothes in the bag, Madame?" "Yes. She can wear the new top jeans and shoes. She'll keep the mask on." "Think you'll fly without the cape, Maxine?" asked Max. "Well, you once did," said his mom. That was different," said Max. "That was a baby bird rescue." "No cape, Maxine? Can you still fly?" "I guess," she replied. "You haven't tried. Too scared to try?" One finger corkscrewing in her hair, Maxine said, Could if I wanted. Flying's in my family. And red hair too. My great grandma liked red hair and eyes as green as the sea." After school, Lucy asked Maxine's grandma, "Did you want to be a superhero when you were little?" "Of course, I was born with a cape on," she replied. "I'm going to be a rocket scientist," said Lucy. "I'll be a pirate," said Arthretha. "I'll be a drummer," said Angela. "I'm thinking deep sea diver," said Poppy. "I'll climb Everett," said Garth. "It's 2,000, all 32 feet high," replied Maxine. "That's definitely for Garth." Then Max said, "Maxine knows these things. She could do anything she wants." That night, Maxine thought Hoover like soap bubbles. She had answered for many things, but who am I going to be? She asked out loud. That question burstily softly on the ceiling. Upstairs, Max fixed the broken shell of a snail. He said, "The school fair is tomorrow. Are you going to be in the costume parade, Maxine?" There was silence. She frowned a little. "No," was all she said. The next day, the school playground was transformed. There were rock band with Garth's mom on guitar, a costume parade for little kids, a bake sale, carefully with My Lightning Cake Dear, a cutest pet competition, and Maxine's mom made a donation to the pre-loved clothes rack, a small tear showing from under her mask. Suddenly, Maxine took a deep breath. She headed straight for a small boy in the costume parade. "Who are you?" she asked. The boy marveled. "You seem a little unsure," answered Maxine. "Here," she said, "you need this." "I don't." Maxine reclaimed her family and friends. "Exactly," she replied. A new Maxine, no cape, no mask. Could she still fly with a little lift and push? Maxine flew, and with the cry of the birds and the soft thump of wings on air, Maxine and her brother Max flew south across the city. Well, she went flying no matter if she had that costume on, huh? Well, everybody, I hope all of you enjoyed this book reading here, and if you did, can you give it a big thumbs up? Smash that thumbs up button. Can you do that for me? I would love that if you could do that for me. If you're new and you came along this book reading, can you hit that red subscribe button down below and subscribe to my channel? And check out my other book readings I got plenty. So feel free to check them out. Also hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload, you'll be notified. But until my next book reading, they call me Mr.Bookman. And this book reading's over. Have a good one and take care. And thanks for watching.